Good morning, YouTubers. Sunday, October the 14th, 2018. What am I doing on a Sunday morning? Well, things kind of got backed up on me. The tropical storm Michael went through here. We only had a lot of rain. We had 50 to 70 millimeters. That's my waste oil tank, and that's full. Of course, where we store it, our holding tank, we had to move because of the expansion. So for the time being, I'm putting it in 45-gallon drums and putting it down in the back. And that way, when the guys come to take it, we have a bunch of coming. They pump it out of the tank, which is great. And they take it. I don't know what they do with it. They probably recycle it or something. I don't know. They're a big outfit. Let's give you an update. Eaves are done. The weather's been terrible, and we have more on the way. So the wind is even picking up now. We had a lot of rain. Like I say, anywhere from 50 to 70 millimeters. I haven't got the exact numbers, but yeah. So you can see they're going along with the soffit and that up there. And we did have one mishap because of all the rain. On this side of the building, when they went to backfill, they couldn't compact. So when we had all the rain, they had their scaffolding set up. And when we came out yesterday morning, the scaffolding was all sunk down along the wall here, and the scaffolding was up against the building. So I went and took the 5740 out then, and I filled it in and compacted it with the weight of the tractor in a full bucket, and then I put some crushed stone over it, so that may help. We can't get enough time to shingle it because the weather has been getting terrible, but we'll get her beat. Show you inside. They got the hurricane clips on. Some people might say, well, what in the heck is hurricane clips? Well, we'll show you what hurricane clips are. I guess most people know what they are. I don't know. Anyway, they're not completely up. There's a couple left out. But this is what they look like. So they go onto the rafters, and then they go onto the studs of the wall. And every one of them got them. That's code. So that's supposed to keep the roof on her in inclement weather, we'll say. So other than that, this is where we're to. Or again, we're all sheeted in. We're just waiting for the moment so we can actually shingle it. But before we shingle it, they have to put rubberized rubber guard and stuff on it, and do that and felt it over and whatever they do, and then they shingle it. So you know, we're making progress. The guys are doing the best they can, but you know, when October strikes in Newfoundland, I can tell you something, it's rough stuff. You can have a great October. Did I say August? Okay, if I said August, I'm sorry. October. When you hit October, anything can happen. So things are happening. So now Tuesday, we're supposed to have a lot of rain again, and we're supposed to have high winds. So the building is safe with regards to the winds, but I sure would like to have it shingled anyway, but I don't think that's going to happen, and nothing is going to hurt. It is what it is. You know, we're lucky to have the progress made that we have. It's been 2 weeks, and the guys are working at it on weekends, and the evenings are so short now, they don't even count. So, what have I done here? Well, getting a lot of water behind the sheds. Now, when I say a lot of water, when we end up with extreme weather conditions. So, yesterday I dug a trench just to let the water escape. There's no water getting in the sheds, but I got to come in here and fill this in, get the grade up a little bit, because when the guys were moving the shed, if you saw the video, the weather was terrible and they did grade it, but you know, things settle down a lot, you know, and especially after it rains. So that kind of changed the grade a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put weeping tile down here eventually. I'm in no rush to do it yet. I just wanted to get the water out from behind the sheds, and it worked perfect. It took off yesterday. Thank God for the BX25D, or you know, in anybody's case, a BX TLB, tractor loader backhoe. They're a must when you're doing stuff like this. And when I went to tear up this morning, I used the 5740 with the teeth on the bucket, and I uprooted it and moved it around. Then I got the BX out, and I landscaped it a little bit, so that's much better there now. What I'm really surprised with is how well the ramp stood up. I mean, folks, you can only imagine the amount of water that was coming down. It was absolutely crazy. Probably we probably broke records for rainfall, and yeah, it held up really good. No, it never washed out at all. So I don't know, I think I'm going to be used recycled or crushed concrete in the future again. It's cheap, and boy, does it ever hold up. So other than that, you know, that's pretty well the gist of it. So we're gonna just let everything go like this. The guys are supposed to come in later on today. I think they're planning on sheeting it over, not sheeting it over, but putting that rubber guard on top. I'm thinking that. I don't know. The winds are supposed to pick up to or gust to 70 kilometers per hour this afternoon, so I don't want them up there if it's not safe, but that's their call. So, and I'm just mucking along. I got a lot of stuff in the shop I need to do. Kind of took a break yesterday. I think the long hours caught up to me, so Kathy and I just did a bit of shopping and went into our favorite store, Princess Auto. We picked up some stuff, and so now we got to evacuate this tank, which it is evacuated. Let's see. Yeah, I can hear it. I usually tip it to the side and get it all out. There you go. I can hear the difference there now. And it's basically, I put air pressure on the tank and I just blow it out into the barrel. And then once that's done, there you go. I'll take the barrel and put it down in the back. Yeah, it's pretty well empty. So, we shall unplug. What else? About a cheapo welding table for now. Canadian Tire. Was regular $200 on sale for $99. And it's kind of neat. It's kind of going to work as a two-fold system, which I'll explain to you in another video. There's other stuff over there we've purchased as well. We have a lot of videos coming up, especially when we get out in the new section out there. You'll see some unique stuff, and I'll show you some new tooling as we get it, or as we obtain it. And yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on. It's although it's windy, it's not that cold. Hey, you're on camera. So it's not that cold. It's what? It's about 8 degrees Celsius, which equates to what? 46 Fahrenheit. 246, yeah, close enough. Let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, you have to take my word for it if you can't see it. The fish. Jennifer asked about the fish. Let's go over and have a look at the fish. The fish are kind of slowing down now because the nights are getting colder, and but they're still eating. They're still coming towards me. Look, because they're hungry. So but they are much slower. Let's see if I can feed them. So Jennifer, they'll soon be going in hibernation as it gets much colder. When it gets down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, then they won't be fed. They'll go down in their caves down below, and they'll, hang on, I'm trying to get some food out here. We shall see. Yeah. And they like the forage, so what I do when I'm feeding them is I throw it over there, and they'll come bobbing up under from up under and picking it up. But you can see they're really slowed down. But that's nature, you know. That's what they do. That's what the good Lord designed them to do. So, the pond is better this year than it's ever been. It's got a lot of natural vegetation. Now the skimmer for it, which cleans the water, is over there by that spitterfish. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. The skimmer's below that. Usually this time of the year, with the leaves falling off the maples, they usually get caught up in the skimmer, and I have a safety switch put in the skimmer that if the filters get plugged, the water will shut off. And I haven't had to replace or clean the filters in 3 weeks because the natural vegetation in the pond traps the leaves, as you can see, and it keeps them away from the skimmer. So nature is actually helping me out and keeping everything clean. But yeah, I figure maybe another couple of weeks, and you can see the hostas now are turned. So Kathy will come out one of those days and cut them down to nothing. And we'll get the cage and we'll put the cage over. We'll shut down the water, remove the pump. Once the pump is removed from the water, it'll be laid down in a bucket of water for the rest of the winter inside. And people might ask, why do we lay it down in a bucket of water? It's because if you keep it out of the water, the seal can dry up in it. And when you go to start it up in the spring of the year, the pump won't work efficiently or won't work at all. So anybody who's taking pumps out of ponds in the summer or in the fall of the year, just submerge them in some water. Leave them like that for the rest of the winter. And then what happens then, we put 4 air stones down in the water, and it'll be in like a big Tupperware box over here on the side, and that'll supply air to them all winter. Even though they're in hibernation, they still need some air. And of course the air keeps, the 4 stones will keep 4 open areas in the pond, unless it gets extremely cold. But it don't happen that way very often. So, and then old Blue got to go away. He's going into a shelter soon and put away for the winter. We used them a lot. Well, not a lot. We used them some this summer, towing dump trailers and whatnot. So we'll have to go down, and I got to put away that oil container. And we'll see in the next video, folks. Just a quick update of what we're doing. It's been a few days since we've been able to get a video up for you. It's been kind of crazy with shop work. Actually, we've been doing a lot of shop work. We've been actually doing a lot of fabrication work for our mods. And of course, we've had to deal with weather. We've had to deal with, you know, the expansion. So it's been keeping us on our toes, so to speak. So anybody who's not familiar with us, we love Kubota products. We design accessories for Kubota products, and in the video description you'll see our website link. Click on it, and if you have a Kubota product, especially a BX23S, a bunch of other models, you'll probably find something to fit your tractor there. And if you do, just click on contact us and get hold of Kathy, and she'll help you out. So folks, you guys have a great Sunday. Look after yourselves, be good to each other, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.